What is built fast on soft ground slips away silently when the season turns. Most men believe that losing muscle in their 60s is an inevitable tax paid to the calendar. That belief is completely false. Now, watch what happens when a 62-year-old man stands up from a deep, low leather chair. He sets his feet flat on the oak floor, grabs both armrests with white knuckles, and pushes off with a sudden grunt. But his thighs tremble, his back rounds forward, and his shoulder blades flare out beneath a soft cotton shirt. He built a broad chest and large arms at 50, yet 10 years later, those frame markers have dissolved into soft edges. So today we are answering the precise question that keeps active men awake. Why so few men over 60 keep the muscle they built at 50? Because the physical frame does not drop tissue by accident. It sheds weight when the underlying support structure can no longer justify carrying the load. Men do not lose decade-old muscle to age. They drop it because they keep training like 40-year-olds while their connective framework changes. When a man lifts heavy weights in his 50s, his muscle bellies respond to mechanical tension by storing fluid and expanding contractile fibers. But as he crosses 60, his fascial network loses its natural recoil, and collagen synthesis slows down significantly. So, if he continues to grind through high-frequency workouts with heavy eccentric strain, his recovery systems stall out. Because his tendons can no longer absorb the force, his nervous system down-regulates muscle activation to protect his joints. Even though he still eats the same meals and lifts the same dumbbells, his body actively breaks down protein tissue to lower the strain on his aching attachments. Now, observe two men standing in the hardware store aisle on a bright Saturday morning. The first man rests his forearms on the metal handle of a heavy orange shopping cart. You can hear the dull squeak of rubber wheels against polished concrete as he shifts his feet. The metallic smell of cut iron pipes and fresh cedar lumber fills the wide aisle around him. His faded blue sleeve rolls up to expose a thick forearm with visible cords running up to the elbow. But his shoulders slope forward, and his head sits 3 inches in front of his collarbone. The second man stands beside a stack of heavy bagged mulch, rubbing the chalky dust off his fingers. His hands are dry, and you hear the rough scraping sound of skin against skin. He breathes in the earthy scent of wet soil and motor oil. When he bends down to grab a 50-pound bag, he does not hunch his upper spine or jerk his hips. He lowers his hips with his back flat, grips the plastic bag, and lifts using his hips and upper back as a single solid unit. His triceps show a flat, dense tail under his dark sleeve, and his neck stays aligned directly over his upper spine. We read the second man instantly as powerful, even if his arms are an inch smaller around than the first man's arms. Well, not all of them. Let me rephrase that. We read his structural density, not his superficial water retention. To put it plain, tissue density stays, but fluid pump vanishes. So here is the concrete correction for this section. Cap all heavy working sets at 4 controlled reps and lower the weight over a strict 3-second count to protect the tendon attachment. And that single change in movement speed changes what women see across a crowded room. Women do not measure a man's physical power by the peak of his biceps, but by the structural density of his upper back and posture stability when he moves. Female visual perception evolved to scan for structural integrity and lifelong vitality, rather than temporary muscle volume. Because a massive arm attached to a rounded shoulder signals joint wear and physical compensation. Now, when a man reaches 60, his body naturally drops excess mass that does not contribute directly to balance and structural leverage. But if his upper back muscles, specifically his rhomboids, middle trapezius, and posterior deltoids, are weak, his chest pulls his entire frame forward. So his neck strains, his lower back arches uncomfortably, and his movement becomes stiff and guarded. Even though he might still bench press respectable weight, his posture reads as fatigued and fragile to everyone watching him move. Watch what happens in a crowded coffee shop on a chilly morning. The sharp scent of dark roast espresso floats over the low hum of ceramic mugs clinking against wooden tables. A man in a dark wool sweater sits down in a corner booth, pulling his collar back from his throat. He lifts his white ceramic cup to take a sip, tasting the bitter dark roast coffee as steam rises into the cold air. His sleeve pulls up, exposing a pale wrist and dry skin around the joint. If his chest is tight and his upper back is weak, his shoulders roll inwards as he leans over his table. He looks smaller, folded in on himself as if protecting his ribcage from a blow. Now, look at another man entering through the heavy glass door. The brass door handle feels cold and heavy under his palm as he pushes it open. He steps inside, the soles of his boots creaking softly on the wooden floorboards. He wears a simple gray crewneck sweatshirt that fits snug around his neck without pulling tight across his stomach. His shoulders sit wide, square, and dropped low, away from his ears. When he reaches for his drink, his upper spine stays long, and his collarbone remains broad and visible. Women count those physical markers without consciously running the numbers. We read the flat density of his upper back and the calm steadiness of his hands. Or rather, we feel the difference in the atmosphere he creates simply by taking up his natural footprint. In other words, women read structural alignment as strength, while inflated muscle bellies look like hard work that failed to age well. Now, you might think you need hours of heavy pulling exercises every day to fix that upper back alignment. That sounds logical if you believe muscle build is purely a matter of sheer volume. But adding more work to an already inflamed shoulder joint only accelerates tissue breakdown. So here is the concrete correction. Perform 3 sets of face pulls using a simple resistance band tied to a door hinge every morning before drinking your first cup of coffee. And once that upper back locks into position, your body changes how it handles recovery between workouts. Tissue recovery after 60 is an oxygen and sleep depth equation, not a willpower contest. When a 30-year-old man lifts, his systemic recovery resets within 24 hours due to high hormone output and fast protein turn. But after 60, the rate of collagen repair inside muscle tendons drops significantly, requiring up to 72 hours for full structural rebuilding. So if a man trains the same muscle group every 2 days, he stays in a constant state of low-grade soft tissue inflammation. Because his body cannot repair the microtears fast enough, it strips away muscle proteins to repair the stressed tendons instead. Even though he feels like he is pushing hard through discipline, he is actually burning off the very muscle he built 10 years prior. Observe a man working in his garage on a quiet Sunday afternoon. The room smells faintly of gasoline, dry cedar sawdust, and old canvas tool bags. He picks up a heavy steel ratcheting wrench from a metal toolbox, the iron cold against his warm fingers. You hear the sharp, rhythmic, metallic click of the wrench as he tightens a bolt on an old lawnmower. His forearms flex, showing cords of tendon running deep into his wrist under matte skin. If he trained heavily the day before, his elbow joint stiffens slightly with every turn of the tool. He pauses, rubbing the back of his elbow where the tendon feels tender and thick. He rubs his thumb over the spot, feeling the knot of tight tissue beneath his skin. Now, no, that is not quite right. He does not stop working, but his movements become shortened and jerky. His body naturally limits its range of motion to avoid firing the inflamed muscle fibers. That subtle guard in his movement changes his entire physical presence. It makes a well-built man move like an old man. Simply put, if you do not give the tissue time to rebuild, your body will shrink the muscle to save the joint. How many rest days do you take between heavy workouts now compared to 10 years ago? Let me know in the comments. Now, some men object that taking 2 full rest days between workouts will make them lose their hard-earned size. We hear this concern all the time from men who built impressive frames in their 50s. It feels counterintuitive to step back when you spent decades learning to push through physical tiredness. But muscle tissue in your 60s grows during deep, uninterrupted rest, not under the steel bar. So here is the concrete correction. Insert 48 full hours of complete recovery between every single resistance training session, without exception. And when you allow the tissue to fully recover, you face the psychological trap that destroys most men's physical progress. Most men trade real, functional muscle density for superficial fullness because they fear looking smaller during the transition. When a man stops chasing the constant muscular swelling of pump-style workouts, his muscle tissue sheds excess fluid within 48 hours. Because he sees his shirt sleeves fit slightly looser, his immediate reaction is panic. So he rushes back to high-rep, short-rest workouts to force fluid back into his muscle bellies. But that temporary fluid fullness provides zero structural strength and drains his central nervous system. Even though his arms look fuller in the locker room mirror, he is eroding his deep, contractile protein fibers every single week. Watch what happens in a church basement during a community gathering after morning service. The air smells of stale, percolated coffee, floor wax, and damp wool coats on coat racks. You hear the muted shuffling of leather dress shoes against vinyl floor tiles and the low rumble of voices. A man in a tailored jacket steps up to the beverage table to pour a cup of water from a tin pitcher. The tin cup feels ice cold, and a metallic taste stays on his tongue as he drinks. His jacket fits tight across his biceps, but as he reaches for a paper napkin, his upper back lifts awkwardly. His shoulder snaps softly, a tiny sound swallowed by the room's murmur, but his face winces for a second. His muscle is soft, filled with fluid, and lacks the underlying tendon strength to support a basic reaching motion. Beside him stands another man in a simple charcoal button-down shirt made of heavy, unstarched cotton. His shirt sleeves sit loose around his biceps, showing 2 inches of breathing room. But when he turns to shake hands, his collarbone remains flat and stable against his neck. His shoulder blade stays pinned smoothly to his rib cage without hitching or shifting upward. When he grips the heavy glass water pitcher, his hand is steady and his forearm displays deep, dry separation. His muscle is real, dense, and built on solid protein architecture rather than transient fluid retention. Women read that flat, quiet density as absolute physical self-possession. We know he can hold his frame steady without effort, without showing off, and without collapsing under weight. To state it plain, superficial fullness is a temporary trick of fluid, but structural density is permanent physical currency. Now here's the payoff we promised earlier. When you stack upper back density, 48-hour recovery cycles, and low-rep tension work, you join the 3% of men over 60 who retain a hard, dense, and striking physical frame until their 80s. So here is the concrete correction for this section. Eliminate all high-rep pump sets and focus exclusively on 4 heavy, slow reps with complete joint stability. And that mental transition from chasing size to preserving density changes how you carry yourself in every space you enter. Retaining hard-won muscle past 60 requires abandoning the ego of 50 and owning a quiet, dense presence. The ultimate shift in a mature man's physical life occurs when he stops training for the gym mirror and begins training for structural longevity. When you lift to build deep contractile density rather than temporary fluid volume, your myostatin levels remain balanced and your systemic inflammation drops. Because your joints are no longer swollen, your nervous system releases its protective inhibition on your strength output, so your movement becomes fluid, relaxed, and effortlessly powerful. Even though your scale weight might drop 5 pounds, your physical presence doubles in clarity and impact. Now, see what happens on a quiet back porch at sunrise. The cool morning air smells faintly of damp cedar trees and fresh rainfall on flagstone. A man walks out holding a heavy ceramic mug filled with hot black tea. He takes a slow sip, enjoying the warm, bitter taste as the sun cuts through the morning fog. He sets his mug down on a rough wooden table with a soft, solid thud. He steps out into the yard, his bare feet touching the cold, dew-covered grass. When he raises his arms to stretch, his ribs stay covered by tight, lean serratus muscle. His shoulder joint glides smoothly through its socket without creaking, clicking, or hitching. His triceps tail hangs flat and thick down the back of his arm, resting against solid bone structure. His chest sits high and broad, supported by a dense, powerful upper back that carries zero tension. He does not look like a man trying to hold on to his youth through forced exertion. He looks like a man who has preserved his physical baseline through intelligence, patience, and clear action. We read that calm alignment instantly. Women count those physical markers without needing to examine them up close. In other words, a man who respects his body's changing mechanics keeps his strength, while the man who fights his age loses both his muscle and his joint health. So here's the concrete correction. Replace your heavy chest days with 2 dedicated upper back pulling sessions every week, using strict, controlled isometric holds at the top of every rep. What is built fast on soft ground slips away silently when the season turns, but what is anchored deep into solid structure stays standing through every storm. You now possess the exact mechanism behind why so few men keep their muscle past 60 and how to protect yours for decades to come. If this clear female perspective helped you see your own physical training in a new light, join our community by clicking the subscribe button below. Keep the hard-earned muscle.